Washington and Tehran held crucial diplomatic talks in Oman on February 6, marking another significant attempt to ease long-standing tensions between the two countries. The discussions reportedly focused exclusively on Iran's controversial nuclear program, leaving out other issues that have often complicated past negotiations. The diplomatic developments were mentioned in reports by the Times of Israel, which cited information from Israel's Channel 12. The United States was said to be interested in broadening the discussions to include Iran's ballistic missile program, as well as its support for non-state regional allies and proxy groups. The Israeli outlet further noted that Washington's demands may have surfaced during the discussions. Iranian representatives have firmly declined to address issues related to their missile program or regional allies, insisting instead that talks concentrate solely on the nuclear file, according to multiple reports. Despite the renewed dialogue, major gaps continue to persist between the two sides, creating little optimism for immediate progress, as mentioned by Channel 12. Expectations for a significant breakthrough during the talks remains low, with analysts cautioning that both nations remain far apart on key concerns.
A question, Caroline.
Sure.
Friday's talks with Iran, they were originally supposed to take place in Turkey. They've now been moved to Oman. Can you tell us the reason for that move?
Look, the president, diplomacy is always his first option when it comes to dealing with countries all around the world, whether it's our allies or our adversaries. And so Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be traveling to Oman for those talks tomorrow, and we will see what comes of those. The president is standing by for an update from them.
The February 6 talks brought together the U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Iran's senior negotiator Abbas Araghchi in what may have been a tense face-to-face meeting. Adding to the significance of the session, U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, also joined the high-level discussions. Adding to the significance of the session, U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, also joined the high-level discussions. This latest meeting comes after near collapse of previous sessions when Iran unexpectedly withdrew from scheduled negotiations in late January. Earlier in the process, disputes had arisen between Washington and Tehran over both the location and the precise format of the talks, delaying progress for months. Trump's demands revolve around zero enrichment of uranium in Iran, limits on Tehran's ballistic missile program, and an end to Iran's support for regional proxies. The new diplomatic effort unfolds against the backdrop of a major U.S. military buildup in the Middle East, underscoring the fragile nature of the regional situation. Washington has recently deployed an aircraft carrier, dozens of advanced fighter jets, and thousands of troops to positions near Iranian territory. In addition, U.S. reconnaissance aircraft, communication planes, and military drones have been spotted carrying out extensive operations across the Middle East. Iran, on the other hand, has repeatedly emphasized its high level of military readiness and warned that it will respond strongly to any perceived act of aggression. On February 5, Iranian state media announced that the Khorramshahr 4 missile had been successfully tested and was now deployed in secure underground launch sites. Meanwhile, Russia and China have confirmed plans to participate in joint naval exercises with Iran, a move that comes amid escalating US-Iran tensions. The Russian and Chinese warships are expected to join Iranian naval forces for large-scale wargames in the Indian Ocean and Gulf of Oman toward the end of February. As both sides showcase their military power, the United States has issued a new security advisory for its citizens living or traveling in Iran. In the advisory, Washington urged all American citizens residing in Iran to leave the country immediately due to the heightened risk of conflict. The February 5 advisory further warned that U.S. nationals should prepare to depart without expecting any direct government assistance if the situation worsens. Before the 12-day Iran-Israel conflict of 2025, the United States and Iran had engaged in 5 separate rounds of negotiations focusing on Tehran's nuclear program. During those earlier talks, Iran drew a firm red line, insisting it would continue to enrich uranium but only for peaceful civilian energy purposes. That fragile understanding collapsed when Israel launched strikes on June 13, accusing Tehran of weaponizing its enriched uranium in violation of international commitments. The United States formally entered the conflict on June 22, sending B-2 stealth bombers to carry out targeted attacks on Iran's key nuclear facilities. Using precision-guided bunker-buster munitions and Tomahawk cruise missiles, U.S. forces struck at least 3 of Iran's underground nuclear sites. In retaliation, Iran fired a barrage of missiles toward American military bases in Qatar, escalating regional tensions before a ceasefire finally took hold.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.